Okay, everybody. Welcome to another thing for tutorial for getting setups built in iRacing. This week's Concord, one of my weaker tracks. Well, I got a little bit of running in earlier today. Kinda shortened the video a little bit. Saw a little few changes that I could make that could help the car out. But first, we're gonna start off with our initial changes that we talked about in the previous video at New Smyrna. That we're going to go ahead and do. So that would be taking the tire pressures down to 18 and 19. Also, with this happening, we're going to compensate for the stagger and take this to 1.375. Those are the initial changes on this page, and we're going to have some on this page. First, we're going to start with the steering ratio, take it to 10 to 1. Brake balance bar, I always start out with the 48.4. And then we're going to just, oh, I was going down. Nudge the front up to the kind of ride heights I like. And I'm going to balance these two out here. Kind of at these numbers, I like the ride height, rear ride height a little bit higher. And back that down. Okay, that's the kind of ride heights I like. Also, we're going to do one more thing with that, and we're going to even out the shocks to the same thing that we did last time. So we're going to do 5, 10, 5, oops, 10, and then on the rears we're going to just do 10, 5, and then we're going to do 5, 10. On the left rear because of that loosens the car up. Okay, take that back to 0 and the fuel down to 9 gallons. I should have done that first, but the ride heights, just gonna nudge that one down a little bit and nudge this one back up. That all looks fine. Okay, let's take it out on the track and see how that works. Can't remember if I took the tape to 50 or not. You probably would run 50 tape here. I ran one lap here. With set up. This is from when I was running earlier today. Let's see what we can run here. I'll run a couple of laps here. Feels pretty decent, but I think it could turn a little bit better, even comparing to what I ran in here. Yeah, I feel a little snug, and I think it's gonna warrant a sway bar change. So we're gonna go ahead and pull off the track, see what we can do with that. Pulling up here, make sure I'm not in anybody's way. We're back on out of here. Look at this. These are where we want them. Let's go with the sway bar change and the tape to 50, especially for this track. Ride heights are still in the ballpark. So yeah, I'm gonna throw in a click of camber onto the left front. Maybe onto the right front too, just for this small of a track. And I like this here. This is going to help you pass cars coming up off the corner with that change right there. Help you get that drive up off the corner. And I feel like the gear was a little bit short, so we're going to take that to a 93. That'll change for you even when you're in the race. So we'll head on back out here. See how the car is behaving. This is just in here an official session. As you can see, people are right there. That's running pretty well. Still feels a bit snug. Right through there. Also here, notice I'm kind of burping the throttle there. Early race you can run this thing full throttle through there. Oh, and I touched the apron there. The late race you don't want to be full throttle. You kind of just want to be on the throttle and then back off of it. You're gonna burn that or those rear tires up through there. Right now I'm trying to see if the car wants to get loose. And see if I need to soften those rear tires up. It feels alright. I probably will soften them up because I know it is Concord. I can hear the car bottoming out just a slightest little bit here too. The car is sitting decently right there for me. I am running pretty consistent lap times. Right there, I heard the car getting loose. We're gonna need to soften up those rear tires. That's what I've been sitting here waiting on. Let's back on out of here. See if those tires. It's actually pretty even, but I'm gonna kind of show you what I was listening to right here. Car kicked out a little bit right there, but that's pretty normal. And then right here, it loaded, which is I was pushing the car really hard, but I want to make it to where you can push the car really hard. So let's just drop both rear tires. I'll drop this down to 275 and just bump these both back up to where they were. And there we are. There we go. Okay. Move this back to 0. Maybe to 2. Sitting here looking the car over. Give me a moment. What I'm gonna do here is to counteract. Oops, I didn't notice that. Yeah, bump that up. Yeah, okay, that's where I like it. Now I'm going to raise the right rear track bars both up to there to counteract the lower springs, because that's going to tighten the car up, the lower springs there. So we're just going to do a quick little run here, see where this puts the car at. And we got to stop and go, nobody's behind me. So let's see what we can do right here. This is a very tricky track to drive, and I kind of want to run a couple laps here. I'm not very good here, as I was talking about. This isn't one of my favorites, but I'll kind of show you. Turn 1, you're setting up to where you don't have to use your rear tires too bad, getting down into there. So like right here, that track bar change feels very nice. And then 3 and 4, you're setting up to come off low on the corner, because that wall will creep up on you real quick if you run it like you think you should. See, you don't want to go way too far up the track and then cracking out of the throttle. And then if you had triple monitors, it makes this corner a lot easier. But yeah, you're just lining up to get a good run down this corner. And then you'll hear a lot of people complaining how hard it is to pass at this track, and I'll give you a little couple of hinters here too. See, just lining up. What you can do here is, when you're getting a good run down off there, you can get to the inside of people, but that's going to make it pretty hard to pass, because it's hard to hold the inside right there. So this corner, even though you're setting it up as the one that you're going to be going fast down the straight on, it's not the one you want to pass on. Try to get under them. Oh, I nicked the curb right there. Try to get under them in here, and passing is going to become a lot easier later into the race. So the more the other drivers, as I've been talking, the more they keep their foot planted right here, you just keep braking that throttle right there. You may lose a little bit of time early, but later into the race when their rear tires are burnt, you're going to be in prime position to make passes. So just keep easing through here, and then when they come into here and they can't hold that yellow line, you take it under them, because look at how hard it is to hold the outside line here. Look how much time I'm going to lose. A lot. That's a tenth. And then you go on the outside here, you're not going to lose as much because you get lined up for this right here, and they will beat you there. Holding the inside in 1 and 2 is very difficult. Holding it in 3 and 4, you can easily keep it up off the wall, see? And not lose a whole lot of time. It's just all about your exit line coming off that corner. And cracking the throttle there, and then just the way this corner is so tight, you use that track there. Ooh, touch the apron. So yeah, you just keep doing that. Easy on that throttle. Crack the throttle. Back on it. Felt the car get a little loose right there actually. We'll look at the tire temps. Yeah, I'm gonna run a few more laps. Car feels very snug, or not really snug, but comfortable coming up off the last corner there. And just keep easing on and off that throttle there. This is a very difficult track to get a car to not get tied on and not get loose on. So it's going to come down to how you drive it also. I can't make the magic setup. No setup is the magic setup, but it's going to be very important on this track how you drive the car, because if you aren't paying attention to your tire wear right here on that corner right there, it'll come up and get you later in the race. I'm actually feeling a little loose into the corner. I'm going to run a few more laps and see if it gets worse. If it doesn't get worse, it's actually probably a good thing. If it does get worse, it's obviously a bad thing. But it doesn't seem like it is. I came in a little high, but it's not going to be too bad. Gives me a good run off the corner. See, I kept it pretty matted right there, and I was getting a little loose. That's just, here, I'll mat it completely this time, see what happens. I'll probably spin. Yeah. You can hear the car sliding. It's not going to spin with you, but it's cooking those rear tires. So, even with cooking those rear tires, I'm not getting real loose into that corner. Usually it's one that I start getting loose into. Now I'm running pretty good temperatures right here. This thing does have 50 tape on it. So that's just an FYI for all you people. You can change that tape if you don't want to maybe have to take it easy later in the race. But right currently, nope, hit the wall. But still, steady fall off there. So yeah, we'll kind of just see what other people are running. I tend to do that. Don't know who this is. It's a Q lap, looks to be. Maybe a race lap. I can't tell. These maybe look to be a race run right here. 4.2s. 900201111. Oh, that look good compared to them. And then Ty. Let's see what Ty's running. Ty was in Q trim. So yeah. And then we'll save this as... Oh, we need to look at our temperatures. Didn't change anything. 89 degree track temp. That's pretty cool for this week. So just be very careful. If you get those hotter temperatures, those rear tires may start to cook. I mean, as you can see here, the temperatures are pretty even after those laps, but still. So we'll save this as Concord half 89F. And then save. And that'll be it. It's just a quick setup. Just to work as a good baseline. That's going to be a pretty fast setup, don't get me wrong. I did a little bit of work and saw some stuff I need to do to it earlier, because I'm very bad at this track. So I was able to identify some things in the car earlier, and then just it made it a lot easier for this session. And I haven't been recording anything for the last bit.